Buddy, welcome back to the channel. I'm Craig, known on these here interwebs as FTFE, which stands for Floofy the Freedom Eagle, or maybe forgot to flush everyone. I can't remember what my name is now, it's not important. Anyway, I've been away for like a week since my 1500 push-up stream because I've been dealing with family stuff and I got a little bit ill. Still fighting a bit of a cold, so apologies if my voice sounds a bit strange. So today we are going to be covering once again the wonderful CC, because we never got that to actually finish it because Angels of Shite turned up. So but there will be a video about that coming out in the next day or so. So yeah, we're going to cover CC. We're also going to do an update on my Karen neighbours. That's going to be fun. Make sure you hit the super chat goal to do that. So hello to everybody on YouTube and TikTok. Welcome to the live stream. If you're watching this as a live stream, you don't really get a choice as to what happens. You have to kind of sit here and watch stuff. But if you are watching this as a VOD later on, then I'm about to play an intro, and you can skip that intro just by going forward like 90 seconds. However, if you are here and you're watching live, there is one rule. It's a very simple rule. That rule is that you dance. And if you don't dance, I will send Daniel Pratt to your home. But if you do dance, I'll send you a cookie. Play the intro.
Flat Earth expert Mark Sargent thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Earth thinks that evolution is real. Chemtrails don't exist, vaccines work. Climate change is happening, we landed on the moon. The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Scooty, it's not alright. Baby, it's not alright.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
They think they smell, and they cannot spell. The kings of the dumpster fire straight out of hell. Reality rejects don't care about truth. They are fearful of facts. They're allergic to proof. TikTok's worse. Kids with noses full of snot. Confidence is high, but their IQ's not. Short attention spans, they can't finish a thought. For clip hunting truthers, truth matters now. They don't want truth, or they wouldn't tell lies. Like you can't tell the ground from looking up in the sky. No map, no model, just vibes and memes. Move the sun or ignore it on the garbage pail team. Garbage pail, talking big, thinking small. Garbage pail, bouncing brains against the wall. Garbage pail, TikTok, look what you did. From mom's basement to our screens, it's the garbage pail kids. Garbage pail, think they can't be wrong. Garbage pail, caught this strong. Garbage pail, toddlers like angels of shite, and his big dirt daddy getting dirty all night. Garbage pail, thinks planes nose down. Garbage pail, say we don't spin around. Garbage pail, keep on lying to kids. Yes, this is the garbage pail kids. And they stink.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can thank the wonderful Jaronism for that little bit of musical wonder there. The Garbage Pail Kids, indeed. Angels of Shite joined me on my last live to deny that refraction exists and not understand the word tangential and relative, which was fun. There's a bunch of clips coming out, thanks to the amazing Rubik's for doing that. But I will be releasing the entire interaction as its own video, probably tomorrow, so look out for that. I also just released my debate that I had with the wonderful CC as its own video. So please make sure you check out. It's the video called I Phoned a Flat Earther over on my YouTube. Hello to everyone that's joining. Thank you very much for being here. I love every single one of you. Not you, Gary. You know what you did. I want to say hello to everybody on TikTok that is joining. Please do me a favour, share the live, especially to any flat earthers, because although I am here to today cover the illustrious CC, this dude here, because I never got to finish the video, and he got about halfway through before Angels of Shite interrupted me. I'm willing to be interrupted again by any flat earther that wants to come and debate. I've had a bunch in my comments, but let's see if they're brave enough to come and join. If you are a flat earther and you're on TikTok, then feel free to come and join. I do not have an echo chamber. I welcome all idiots to the channel. Sorry, flat earthers to the channel. I apologize to idiots. That's a really bad comparison. Idiots did nothing to deserve that. But yeah, we're going to be going through the rest of this CC video, and he's got another video that I haven't yet watched. And if we reach the super chat goal, and even if we don't, but you know, you could reach the super chat goal because that's awesome. I'll be giving you an update on my Karen neighbors. Little bit of a disclaimer first. If you, by any chance, know my neighbours, not that you do because I don't tell you where I live, then under no circumstances are you to harass them on my behalf. Do not contact them, do not speak to them, do not talk about them. That's my job. This is a precautionary measure because, well, they Karen'd again. So, yeah, if you want to hear the very, very juicy story, make sure to smash the super chats, just like they owe you money, and you can do that. The best way to help the channel right now is to share the stream and share the live on TikTok. You can share it on your Twitter, on your Facebook, on your Bebo, on your MySpace, or if you just launch a nuclear missile, or in fact, launch a bunch of nuclear missiles and aim at particular points that when they explode, they will spell out my URL so aliens from space can see it burning into the earth. Don't do that. Yeah, anyway, thank you very much for joining. I do appreciate it. Rubik's for $2 says, you can't make me be here. I do what I want. Hold on. What do you mean you do what you want? I've got you captive in my basement. Well, yeah, I know I was supposed to give you a water ration yesterday, but, well, I got thirsty and drank it. So you just have to wait. What do you mean you need water to survive? I've told you the wall over in the corner there is damp. I know it doesn't taste very nice, but it's got liquid in, does it not? Well, yeah, there's lead. God, I can never please you, for God's sakes. Seriously, guys, how do you deal with the captives in your basement? They just seem like a hassle, really. Anyway, Inciter for 24 months has been a member. That's twice around the sun. Says, hey, Google, add a shopping cart to my shopping cart.
Sure, I can help with this. First, please unlock your phone.
No, I'm not doing that. Juliet Charlie Mike, who's been a member for 60 months, says, how am I a member? Did you hypnotise me, Craig? Yes. I'm going to do it again. Hold on. You will now all buy a membership to the channel. That worked last time. Let's see if it works again. And we got the turtle moves for £2 says, a flat earth debate. Yeah. Like I said, if you are a flat earther and you are on TikTok, then this is an open panel for you. I welcome you on the stream to show me your flat earth evidence. I can't even get through that sentence. But in the meantime, we're going to be covering the amazing CC. I have my cup of copium. The supply is short because flat earthers got most of it, of course. I want to thank once again the Copium Emporium for sending me my amazing mug. Zoomicide, who's been a member for 48 months, that's a long time, says, exclusive debunks, butt plugs, premium memes, and the joy of watching physics bully flat earth. Science wins. Snacks optional. I like snacks. Dib's been a member for 20 months, says, we need updates. Well, then we better get that super chat goal. We're 2 out of 30 so far. It's a Rubik's sent 1 gifted membership. Well, I guess the hypnotizing worked. Well, let me try again because there's a couple hundred of you watching. So, yeah, there we go. F Grudge sent 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much. If you just became a member, make sure you say thank you to either Rubik's or F Grudge. So yeah, Cece was talking about gas without a container, and I did give him a call to ask him some questions, mainly where this container needs to kick in. He didn't answer. But yeah, hello to everyone on YouTube, hello to everyone on TikTok, and let's get on with the stupid. Before I actually, it's important legally, make sure you have one of these available. This protects your face when you have to do this. I don't want any more lawsuits. I can't afford it.
About the millions of people that lost their jobs, that were forced to do something they didn't want to do. No, we're not going to forget about that. We're not going to forget about the shot and a beer. Remember that? That's right.
We got Hackram for $5 Australian that says, all flat earthers mass debate. I don't want that image in my head. And we got Inciter Donkey Kong says for gifts 5 memberships. Thank you very much. Oh, wait, the hypnotizing's working. Let me try this again. You will send $50 super chats. Do I have magic powers? Yonderstone for $2. Oh, it didn't work. It says, I'm Crag MacNeil. I want to kiss Oakley. Woo woo kissy. Let's see what Oakley thinks about that. Actually, Nathan, do you wanna kiss, bud?
Hi, my name's Nathan Oakley, and I have been lying to people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years. I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis.
Well, sorry about that.
Or come to Dunkin' Donuts and get a donut. There you go. That's your incentive. Show your card. Here you go, good. Here you go. Good citizen. There you go. Have your shot and beer. Have your donut. No, we won't forget that. No. No, we won't forget not being able to walk into a supermarket. No. We won't forget that.
Does this dude unironically think that you have to show your ID when you go to Dunkin' Donuts? I know that's generally Americans' favorite place. Like, honestly, when I was in America, it's like every third shop was a donut shop or something. But does he really think that? No, he doesn't think. Yeah, anyway.
No. Well, I remember when they were walking in lines in the supermarket. Remember the little arrows that they had? Some of them are still there. They're all, faded and since all the years have been going on. But yeah, do you remember that? Only one person in the aisle. That's right. And then where's the mask ambassador? Where is that?
Oh, right. He's talking about COVID still. What was that? 5 fucking years ago? Jesus Christ. They're never going to let us go. Well, the funniest thing I find about COVID is that I was told specifically by a number of flat earthers that I'm going to die in a couple of months because I took the vaccine. Oh, bad word. TikTok or YouTube might get angry at me. Yeah, so obviously I didn't die after a few months, but then it was, you're going to die within a year. And I didn't die within a year, so you're going to die within a couple of... I didn't die within a couple of years, and then it was, after 5 years, everyone's going to die. So everybody that has died in the past 5 years, apparently that's just due to COVID vaccines. Yeah, they're not smart people, are they? Skeptic4891 has been a member for, Jesus Christ, 68 months. Thank you very much. Says, I am Craig. And when I fall asleep to Oakley's sweet voice. Yeah, that's like a nightmare. Yonderstone for $2 says, I'm Craig MacNeil. Yoda is my favourite Star Trek. Get out. There's a door right there. Just fucking leave. Go. Get out. I can't message Caleb Robnoxious. He's preemptively blocked me. But yeah, I'd love to get him on because I remember when I debated Caleb and he used satire as evidence and then doubled down. That was fun.
That person now. Where's the mask and bat? Oh, you know what she's doing? She's rooting for Israel, I bet, right? Yes. She's part of the team. All of this is bullshit, my friends. All of it.
Let's all repeat the mantra. It's all bullshit. Cece's favourite phrase. I'm sad. My Earl Grey tea's nearly run out.
No nukes. There's no nuclear freaking bombs. They do not exist.
Ugh. Yeah, the residents of Hiroshima and Nagasaki might disagree with you. you guys know the story of the guy who survived both nuclear bombs? He was in Hiroshima, or heading towards Hiroshima for work, when America dropped the first one, Fat Boy or whatever it was. So took a train then to Nagasaki, which was then also hit with a nuclear bomb, but survived both of them. Fuck's sake. The Turtle Moose for £2 says, the gas container, is it made by Betterware? Thunder Bandit 84 for £2 says, use the Force, Frodo. You're a wizard. Spock, I'm going to set fire to you. All right? You may have guessed that I am a Star Trek fan. This is genuinely hurting my feelings. How fucking dare you? And on TikTok, we got Aussie Sal says, use the Force, Harry. Gandalf.
That was a saying back in the 80s, no nukes.
Do it,
Remember
Rubens.
that? No nukes. No, yeah, exactly. I'm going to agree with you 100%. There are no nukes. They don't exist. How about the mother of all bombs? Remember that? What was that? That was the first administration with Trump. The mother of all bombs. It looked like a dud. Looked like a fucking M80 or something. Oh, I mean, there's just so much shit.
How does he get his hair to stay like that? I mean, I have to wear a hat because my receding hairline is coming on quite impressively. What do you think, guys? This is not a 4-head. This is a 5-head. This is a sniper's dream. You can still see my forehead when you've got the comments open, for fuck's sake.
Unbelievable. Enough shit to keep you occupied for 5, 6, maybe 10, 20 lifetimes for people to get it. I mean, it's just unbelievable. They can't even just scratch the...
Rubik's, I'm not sure of the actual name of his... Oh, apparently it's Caleb FE. So everyone hit up Caleb FE and let's get him in the chat. Let's get him to join the stream so we can ask him about the fact that he likes using satire as evidence.
Surface and understand the fucking chemtrails. I mean, really, that is just like nothing. That's kindergarten shit. That's play school. That's all that is. Did you enjoy having the planets when you were in your crib? Remember your crib? I bet you don't. I don't remember it. I don't even think I was in a crib. I'm not sure.
No, you were in a pool of lead paint. Generally, that's where your parents kept you. In fact, most of the time you were just left on the floor where they dropped you, like on your head. Like your parents genuinely used your soft spot as an ashtray, CC.
In my day, they used to just throw you on a bed. And that was it. You know how you learn how to swim? There's no swimming instruction. Here, just throw them in the pool. That's how it was. Seatbelts? Fuck the seatbelts. We didn't even have any seatbelts back in the...
Yeah, and lots of people died by going through windscreens. Cece, don't... maybe you shouldn't wear a seatbelt. Maybe you shouldn't drive, to be honest. I don't think... I think there should be like an intelligence test to be able to drive. Like, you have to be able to, convert meters to kilometers. So Nathan's out, for instance.
Back in the early 70s, why we didn't have shit. Airbags? What the fuck am I going to do with that? That's what the reaction would have been back then. Everything has just become pussified, I think. Really. The white male, back in the early 90s, the popular series were, portraying the white male as this lazy, couch-sitting, football-playing, unimaginative person.
Wait, how can you be a couch-sitting, football-playing? Those two things are mutually exclusive. You can't be a football player while sitting on your couch unless you're playing FIFA or NHL, whatever it is you've got in America. NFL, not NHL, that's hockey. On your Xbox. Like, Cece, do you ever think about the words that you're saying and how dumb, the way you put them in order, it doesn't make any fucking sense. The Mojek for $1.99 says, does CC stand for complete crap? No, it stands for Chris. I don't know what the other C stands for.
Okay, and they kept breeding that in, your head. Okay, and all of a sudden, that's what they think the white male is, useless. Okay, and that's exactly, they won once again. You see how easy it is? They say something over and over and over again to you. You're going to finally believe it at some point. You got to break that chain in order.
Like when you say things like gas needs a container and rockets don't work in space and those clouds look scary and I'm gonna cry. Chemtrails are one of the fucking dumbest things, honestly. Apparently the bombers in 1940 that like went to Germany also made fucking chemtrails.
In order to wake up. That's what you have to do. You've got to break the chain in order to fucking wake up. Once you fucking wake up and you start realizing everything is a lie, you'll understand.
And there we have it, guys. Everything is a lie, right? That's why flat earth conspiracy thinking is dangerous. Because it's not just they lied about the moon mission or they lied about chemicals in the sky. If you're a flat earther, everything is a lie and everyone is lying to you. Every teacher, every boat captain, every pilot, every physics professor, every person in government, everyone with an ounce of intelligence, every sailor, every navigator, every map maker, every cartographer, everyone is lying to you. And that's it's stupid, yeah, but it's also a dangerous way of thinking, especially when you start pushing that on children, right? Because imagine being a kid and thinking that all of the adults are all lying to me. Like, can you imagine growing up with that amount of mistrust of the entire world? Now, I'm not saying that everyone tells the truth, all right? Don't listen to a lot of people because they do bullshit. Check things that you are told, all right? Because if you just listen and don't check, that's how misinformation spreads. But if you don't listen to the evidence, that's how stupidity spreads.
You'll finally understand our history. Why are they finding shit underneath buildings? That doesn't make any sense. Why are these buried? That doesn't make any sense either. What is Devil Tower? Doesn't look like a volcanic natural phenomenon. That looks.
Oh, now he's an expert in geology, apparently. Yeah, no, that's literally what happens. The hexagon thing, that's a natural shape that forms and can be explained perfectly by science. I can't explain it myself personally because I'm not a geologist. But you know what? I actually tend to listen to the scientists and the geologists that have studied these things their whole lives. And not one of them says, oh, well, that's fake and, clearly an ancient tree or something.
Like a fucking tree stump, because it is a tree stump. It was a huge tree at some point. And there are many of them all around the world. You just got to look for them. Those you could actually find. Just put up on Google search and then go into pictures and you'll see.
Yeah. Everyone's lying to you apart from the conspiracy theorists that say lava tubes are trees. They're telling you the truth, of course. So listen to them, guys. Listen to the nut jobs online that say giant trees existed in the past and were cut down for some reason, leaving what looks like tree stumps but are actually mountains. Listen to those people, but don't listen to anyone with a physics degree or anyone in authority or anyone that knows what they're talking about. If your car needs fixing, don't listen to the fucking mechanic. The Mojek199 says, if everything is a lie, that must include flat earth. Well, there's a way to tell if a flat earther's lying. Generally, their lips are fucking moving. What do you reckon, Vlad?
Honestly, this is what I believe. Neil deGrasse Tyson is a flat earther. Either A, he knows it, B, he doesn't know it. But here's what I know is that he's beginning to back away from the shit we could just set his ass on fire about, because he doesn't want to go up against an Eric Dubé or a Bro Sanchez or a Blacklight, anybody like that. He doesn't want to go up against them because now you're going to have to compare oranges to our oranges.
Oranges that are full of dumb. Brandon over on YouTube says, where was it? Are you okay, Craig? You sound a touch congested. Yeah, I've been fighting a pretty brutal cold the past few days. Yesterday was the worst day. Felt really shitty yesterday. I'm, about 50%. Bit of a fuzzy head, pretty stuffed up. And whenever I'm congested, I get like toothache on this side. Like, I guess because my sinuses are full and it puts pressure on where I used to have a root canal filling. So yeah, I'm all right. Thank you for noticing. I do appreciate it. But I'll live. Because colds are just viruses that you can fight because your body does that. Viruses are real, by the way. NASA shill Rubik's says for $2, as a NASA shill, I can confirm NASA lies. How dare you? And then we've got F Grudge for €2 rather, says everything is a lie is a self-refuting statement. Flat earthers are all fucking idiots, remember? The Mojek says for $4.99 says hexagons. Bees tried to make circular cells, but they naturally rally form hexagons. Yeah. I saw an interesting thing the other day about normally when you beekeepers do hives, they put the layers in, but this guy forgot, and then the bees just naturally formed these hexagons. So it was crazy. Dumas for $2 says CC's intro doesn't match Truman, so where's it from? He made it up. Insider DK for $20 Donkey Kong dollars says this statement is a lie. Error. Oh, we're already at 14 out of 30 super chats, another 16 super chats, and we will take a little break for an update on the Karen situation.
All of them. They're all 50 miles, 100 miles long in diameter. That shows you everything. You can see that still. Although there are other things you can't find out about. People have already forgotten about the 4-year lockdown. I don't even think they even remember it. I think it was like, I don't know, a hiccup in time or something. You know, I picture.
I mean, to be fair, it did feel fucking weird, right? The whole, we lived through a historical event. COVID was fucking crazy. I remember when I locked my family down because I didn't want them catching COVID when it was really bad and killing people. It did seem like an actual mental time in the world. It was fucking strange. Rubik's for $2 says the charity run is tomorrow. Thanks to all that donated. Yes, last Saturday I did a charity stream where I did 1,251 push-ups. That's about 1,251 more than Shame St. Pierre or Angels of Shite could do. And during that stream, we raised $2,101 for Rubik's charity. Rubik's, please feel free to post the link to the charity in the chat, by the way. Tomorrow, Rubik's is doing the run that the event was for, and they're going to be streaming it as they do it. So, and apparently it's going to be like minus 20 degrees Celsius or something whilst they're doing it. So that should be fun. Hopefully we'll get a few more donations. Let's see if we can hit maybe $3,000, become one of the, well, they're already in the top 5 of all donators on the platform, which is incredible. So thank you everyone that donated to that stream. I did spend the next 5 days crying as my lats, back, core, triceps, and glutes cried at me. You'll be amazed at how much of your body is actually involved in doing a push-up, especially that many. Jesus Christ. Now, over on TikTok, I do not see any Flerfs that are brave enough to join. Please, everyone over on TikTok, do me a favour. Go and tag all your favourite flat earthers and tell them that FTFE is live and he's willing to have you on his show. Come and embarrass FTFE, just like Angels of Shite did. No. Brandon, who's been a member for 15 months, says, no, it doesn't have lips. What? Did I miss something there? The Mojek for 199 says, I took furlough for 8 weeks to protect family. Yeah, luckily I'm self-employed doing this YouTube thing, so I just kept doing this and kept you all entertained.
Sure, myself trying to explain, yeah, we did. We had a lockdown. You don't remember that? I think that's how they're winning. You know, somehow or another, they're controlling our minds, I think. Well, they're trying to control ours, flat earthers, but we're just too far gone at this point. You know,
you're right. Flat earthers are far too far gone. Like, way over the fucking horizon. Oh, shit, yeah, forgot about the board. Where is it? Crap. Don't know where it is. Let me see if I can add another board. Come on, TikTok Studio. There we go.
there's just no way of turning back at this point. But if you're just looking at chemtrails, yeah, there is a way to flip you back, you know?
CC, bud, those are clouds or contrails. Pilots don't have a magic spray chemicals button, okay? The dumbness of chemtrails is that it wouldn't just be us breathing in the chemicals. It would be them as well. Everybody would have to breathe in the chemtrails, right?
So much fun, man. I mean, it really is. There's just so much shit that has to be investigated and so little fucking time to do it. I gotta think of something else to do so I can just put myself in this 24/7. I'm seeing a lot of people doing it now, and it's not fair. All the years that I've been doing this, I should be able to be doing this full time.
Yeah, you need to post more videos, CC, do live streams, come on debates. If you want to make a living out of being a grifter, just ask Dave Weiss. Dave Weiss knows how to lie and grift.
But right now, I can't. But that's going to change at some point. Let's see. Anyway, I mean, I had started some things many years ago, but all those people have disappeared. They're all gone. I don't know where the hell they went. No way of contacting them, you know. I'm going to start up a nice group. That went bye-bye. But doesn't matter.
CC's upset that he can't be a full-time flat earth idiot, guys. Come on, go and show CC some support and love. Go to CC's channel. Alright, head over here and show him some love. And if you notice, he's got his phone number there. 914-841-5216. He welcomes phone calls from everyone. He wants you to phone him. I repeat, 914-841-5216. Not doxing, that's on there.
Doesn't matter at all.
Hey, Dan.
One person is all it takes. That's all it takes, my friends. That one person at the party. Yes. With all the liberals. That's what we have down here, fucking liberals. Fucking trying to get through to these people are like, you know.
Yeah, let's not make it political, CC. Stupid is stupid. It doesn't matter which side of the political spectrum you fall on. If you think the earth is flat, then you're a fucking idiot. Simple as that. It doesn't matter if you think left or right. It really is irrelevant, okay? Politics does not matter. If you're a flat earther, you're dumb. End of story. Brandon, for $4.99, says, it doesn't have lips. It's something Oakley said. Matt uses it as a sound clip. Again, should we ask Oakley what he thinks? Just in case he's changed his mind about anything?
Hi, my name's Nathan Oakley, and I have been lying to people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years. I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis.
Oh yeah, that's right, that's what it is. Yonderstone, who's been a member for 14 months, that's more than once around the sun, says, I'm Craig McNill, and I want people to understand that cranes and helicopters are also pendulums. Gandalf taught that Picard is in Star Wars. The Earth is shaped like an anime girl. That physically hurt to say. I do think it's fucking hilarious when flat earthers are like, oh, well, why isn't a crane doing what a pendulum does? Well, I hate to break it to you, but a crane isn't a pendulum. They literally have mechanisms on them to stop them swinging, because if a pendulum could just swing freely, a crane could just swing freely, that would be fucking dangerous. Which makes me amazed that someone like Level Earth Observer is allowed to fucking operate a crane. Oh, Rach, what you going? Bye. I love you. Miss you.
Look at this guy with the Tesla. He colored it red. How much did that cost? Isn't it stainless steel or something? That's great. Yeah, these liberals around here are just like garbage. They're fucking annoying too. Inconsiderate. Only think about themselves. Don't want to open up. You know what I mean? They don't want to open their mind. They don't want to think. Not all of them are like that. Don't get me wrong. All right, but a majority of people in Westchester County really have a tough time waking up and just growing up at this point. They think they have everything just the way they want it. okay? And then all of a sudden, they look at something and it's not true what they believed. That scares them. That frightens them. Because then they have to relearn everything. And congratulations, now you're a flat earther. Because you
Yeah, just forget everything you were learning at school, guys. Don't worry about maths and science and physics and logic and you know, general intelligence. Just forget all of that. Just become a fucking idiot and then you can be a Flerf, right? You know, don't be able to answer basic questions like if I have a triangle with sides 1, 1, and 1, what are the internal angles? Because a flat earther the other day told me it was 480. Yeah, they're that smart. TikTok, hello everyone. I'd appreciate you being over there on that side, but do me a favor, go and tag all the Flerfs on TikTok, especially Caleb. Tell them that I am live. In fact, I'm going to go and tag one particular Flerf on TikTok that's been harassing me, but is scared to debate me. Wait, where's Tip? There it is. B, that's him. Live now. Waiting for you. Unless you don't want a debate and are scared. So, I don't know if you know this guy in particular. Well, obviously no followers or anything, but we've been having a nice long conversation where he's repeating all the Flerf talking points, but is obviously afraid to come and actually debate. Just waiting for any Flerf that's brave enough to join on TikTok. Astro Patrick, no, I'm not going to call Chris every week because I don't want to like claim harassment. Right, I'll give him a call like once every fortnight. I'm going to let the last one stew a little bit. I thought he might do a video about it, but in fact he hasn't done a video in almost 2 weeks, which always worries me. We've got to check that he's okay, to be honest. But you know, everyone else can call Chris. In fact, guys, just give Chris a call right now. There's his number. (914-841-5216). Oh, my camera's not focused, thank you. There we go. Yeah, feel free to give Chris a call because he posts his number publicly for anyone to call him. Right, you're going to give me 2 minutes, guys. I need to go and blow my nose and do a Riley. So just give me 2 minutes.
Yo, listen up, it's your boy Birch in the his house. Plan so slick, gonna make your pockets his house. I got an app that's gonna change your life, but before you download, let me slice through the strife. They say the earth's a globe, but I beg to differ. I'll make you believe, I'll make you shiver. Spectroscopy needs a container, that's my claim. I've got no clue, I just hang my head in shame. Yo, listen up, it's your boy Dirt H in the his house. That's the hood's house. Got a plan so slick, gonna make your pockets his house. I got an app that's gonna change your life, but before you download, let me slice through the strife. They say the earth's a globe, but I beg to differ. I'll make you believe, I'll make you shiver. Spectroscopy needs a container, that's my claim. I've got no clue, I just hang my head in shame. But turn up, that's the light I'm preaching. Sell my app is what I'm seeking. Fake challenge, try your luck. While I'm laughing, pocketing a buck. I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
sell my app, it's what I'm seeking. Fake challenge, try your luck. While I'm laughing, pocketing a buck. I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
Yo, Dave Weiss is a scammer. Talk about Antarctica, the icy place. Offered a free trip, dangled it in my face, but I won't go. It's not about thrift. I'm staying home, gotta protect my grip. I'm a scammer. I'm a scammer. Yo, Dave Weiss is a scammer. Talk about Antarctica, that icy place. Offered a free trip, dangled it in my face, but I won't go, it's not about the thrift. I'm staying home, gotta protect my grip. I'm a scammer. Antarctica, that icy place. Offered a free trip, dangled it in my face, but I won't go, it's not about the thrift. I'm staying home, gotta protect my grip. I'm a scammer. The scammer, I'm playing the game. Gonna hustle hard, gonna rise to fame. But remember one thing, it's all a ploy. To make that green, I'll be your decoy. So if you wanna join, come take my hand. But beware the tricks, it's all planned. TITRH, that's my name. In the world of scams, I got the fame.
I'm a scammer.
Yeah, we know, Dave. We know. Astro Patrick on TikTok says, apparently Dave Weiss is on a conspiracy about ChatGPT being a deity called Sage. No, it's just a mildly stupid chatbot that gets about 60% of the information it gives you wrong. So whenever you ask ChatGPT something, double fucking check it, guys. Borg Emporia, who's been a member for 21 months, Resistance is Futile, says Commander Shelby and Captain Rachel, Rachbot's character, are now officially dating in my fan fiction of Star Trek Endurance on the Top Hats Off. Commander Shelby was, of course, my original character in the Star Trek D&D that I play, who was one of the only survivors of the previous campaign. Yeah, he could still be alive because, you know, he was half human, half Tellarite, and part cybernetic. So who knows what his lifespan was. We are at 17 out of 30 super chats on YouTube. If we get another 13, I had to do maths then, that hurt my brain. If we get another 13 super chats, then I will give you a update on my Karen neighbors. Oh my god, it's fucking juicy, you guys. It's brilliant. You really want this update.
You have to relearn everything. You've got to know the size of our fake ball that we live on. You've got to know how far away the stars are, how it would be impossible to have a light that's trillions of miles away.
That's trillions of miles away. Those, not quite how... yeah, light doesn't have a limit as to how far it can travel. Excuse me. Yeah, light has no limit as to how far it can travel. Obviously, you got the inverse square law, so it's going to get dimmer, etc., etc. But light is just a self-propagating electromagnetic wave. It travels forever. And as long as, like, 3 photons, I think it is, hit your retina, hit your sensor in your eye, you can see that light. So if that light left a star a billion years ago, as long as it reaches your eye, you're still going to see it. But, you know, that's science, and you wouldn't get it, Cece. Greg Martin says, is that rhyming slang? Riley? What? Yeah, to take a Riley means to go for a wee. Because Anthony Riley, otherwise known as Sleeping Warrior, the Flat Earther, once took a piss on stream. He managed to stream, well, streaming, basically. Lied, said he was pouring water for his dog, but yeah. He took a piss on stream. The Modec199 says, never trust the awful intelligence. Or Flerfs. Yeah. I'm not worried about the singularity coming because, well, I tried to use ChatGPT to help me make my rocket fuel facility in Satisfactory. And after about an hour of it running, it all backed up because it got the maths all completely fucking wrong. Don't trust ChatGPT. Remember, everyone over on TikTok, if you're a Flerf, if you're a flat earther, I welcome you to the stream. It is open. You may join. Multi-guest is available. All right? I press the button, you can join. So if you are a flat earther, or if you want to go and tag every flat earther you know, and tell them that there's a Globetard live, and bring them in, especially Caleb, we can have some fun. Pardon me. Man, this cold is brutal. I got a theory as to why I've got a cold, but I'm not a doctor, so maybe someone can confirm this for me. I think that because I did all those push-ups, like 1,251, you know, I caused thousands of micro tears across my body and all my muscles and stuff, right? So my body was busy repairing that, which meant that my immune system was kind of occupied, maybe, I'm not sure, and couldn't fight off the virus of the cold as well, which is why I've got ill for the first time in like 6 months, 7 months. It's just a theory. I'm not sure. I haven't really checked. I was just thinking about it. Could anyone that is a doctor or has any medical knowledge confirm if that's right, or am I just talking absolute bollocks?
That you can see. I don't care if it's 15 times the size of our sun, 24 times the size of our sun. It doesn't make a difference. You can be told all of this and believe it, or you can see that our sun is local. It's probably not even more than 70 miles large. That's what my guess is. Same size as the moon. Moon can't be more than 70 miles. Remember this?
Yeah, so apparently it's only 70 miles wide, but manages to put out more than 1,300 watts per square meter per second of energy. Yeah, that's... If it was local and giving out that much energy, it would literally flash boil the fucking clouds with the water droplets. Because clouds aren't gas, guys. They're actual water, okay? Niche for NIGH for £2 says, we are live globetarding. Yes, we are. F Grudge for €2 says, do you stream your satisfactory sessions anywhere? Would you guys like to see my satisfactory sessions? Because I'll tell you what, the world that Emma and I have made is pretty fucking impressive. It's my second run through of playing the game, and I kind of understand how it works now. So we've tried to make everything like really, really efficient. We've just hit phase 5, setting up a bunch of particle accelerators for diamonds and stuff. So if you'd like to see my satisfactory sessions, I'm sure that, you know, I do have a gaming channel that I haven't used for a while. I used to have a show called A Week in Xbox that did relatively well. If you'd like to see the satisfactory sessions, then let me know. Hackram says, I'm not a doctor, but that sounds legit. Clive Wells says, you have a cold because you forgot to deflurf your internet. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Yeah, you're the wrong type of doctor, Clive. Come on. James Maddox says, overtraining can lower your immune system. So maybe I'm not talking bollocks. Who knows? The Mojek 199 says, were you also breathing germs off the floor? I vacuum regularly. So, I mean, you're always breathing germs, right? But that's what your immune system is for. But I do think that there's a correlation between me doing, you know, more push-ups than any sane person should in like 4.5 hours, and then me getting ill. Because it was a couple of days later that I started to feel a bit poorly. I'd actually like to know if there's any truth to that theory. Research it for me, guys. The Mojek says buffering. Anyone else getting buffering? Because it's not on my end. Anna says that they've wasted about 300 hours on Satisfactory, thanks to you. Yeah, thanks. 300 hours? Those are rookie numbers. Come on, where's the Flerfs? Where's the Flat Earthers over on TikTok? I'm here. I'm available for you. Come and tell me how much of a dumbass I am and post some clips of you being dumb. It was fucking hilarious when Angels of Shite came on because he didn't know what tangential relative to a surface meant. Yes, of course, the higher up you go, the faster your tangential speed is. But if your tangential speed relative to the surface is 0, then Coriolis isn't really going to do anything, is it? You know, I have been looking into Coriolis and refining my explanations of it, by the way, guys, because I tend to only give half of the explanation, right? There's more than one component to Coriolis, and I tend to stick to the north-south deflection. which isn't the entire story, and I don't link it back to the mathematical proofs. So when I talk about Coriolis from now on, I am going to be trying to be a little bit more in depth. Generally, I try to be less in depth because I'm talking to flat earthers, and I talk about first principles and Newton's laws, but I only really describe half of the Coriolis force in general, which can be misleading. So from now on, when I do talk about Coriolis, I'm going to try to be more accurate in my explanations of Coriolis and try and link it back to the maths, which is going to be pointless talking to flat earthers, but it'd be for you guys. Yonderstone for $2 says, just want to say thank you for everything you do. No, I want to say thank you to you. Thank you to all of you that support me. Thank you to you guys watching on TikTok. Thank you to you guys watching on YouTube. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the memberships. Thank you for the love and support that you constantly show me. It means the absolute world. Not you, Gary. Fuck's sake. Just sit down. You know what you did. Let's get not you, Gary, spammed in the chat, please. Yeah, Clive, I understand. My explanation of Coriolis isn't wrong. It's just incomplete. And I understand your points. I had a big discussion with Tony about it, and I have agreed to try and be more accurate in my description, using both components and relating it back to the mathematical side. Of course, we can't ignore the fact that there is a physical mechanism, because no force can exist without an underlying thing causing it. And there is a mass accelerating, so of course there is a force that can be calculated, which means there has to be something causing that. And conservation of angular momentum / absolute velocity is an adequate explanation for certain parts of it, but not the complete story. Rubik says for $2, wait, you mean I have a choice to not support you? No, you fucking don't. You're in my basement. You do what I say. Right? You don't get a choice, Rubik's. Okay, we're at 24 out of 30 super chats. 6 more. And I will give an update on the Karen situation. Still waiting for a Flerf to join. Everybody go and tag Caleb FE on TikTok. See if we can get him to join.
Shadow that we saw? That's right, that crisp shadow during the eclipse. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Why didn't it go into one big shadow? It was perfect. The size of 70 miles.
Because when you have a big thing illuminating a small thing, the shadow can be even smaller. Just check out Mr. Sensible. He proved this with the penumbra umbra experiment. Well, yeah, Clive, I understand that, but of course, there is a mechanism. Of course there is. Because a force cannot exist without an underlying mechanism causing it. The kinematics obviously is very important. There's nothing wrong with relating it back to Newton's laws, which is what I like to do because it's a more intuitive explanation than the kinematic and stuff like that. But I understand what you're saying, and I'd love an actual proper conversation with you about it.
Diameter. Oh man, X-rays. It's fucking bullshit. It really is. All of this, all of it, every single thing. I can't. The news is just become unwatchable at this point. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, and maybe that's a good thing. I can't watch it, so I don't know really what's going on. I get little tidbits off the radio stations, and even that annoys the fuck out of me. Chance going to war. Let's take this country. Let's take that country. Yeah. No, it's come to my conclusion that I don't think it's going to happen.
You don't think, CC. You just stop there, friend. That's all you need to do. Just stop. You do not think. Because you're fucking dumb. Bear with me 1 sec. I'm going to mute myself and blow my nose because you do not want to hear that. Yeah, I know there's no sound TikTok. I turned it off on purpose. I don't want people to hear me blowing my nose.
It's gradual. I think it's just gonna click, and then everybody understands that we live on a flat stationary land, that space doesn't exist. I don't think
if we lived on a flat stationary land, there would be measurements of flat and stationary, but every measurement ever made in existence ever shows that the Earth is a rotating globe in space. I don't care what you say, because CC, you've never tested anything apart from various hair products, clearly, and you found the one that works because your hair's fucking glorious. I'm not jealous at all. The Mojek199 says over-exercising can cause low immuno 3 to 72 hours. Says strenuous and prolonged exercise may lead to immunosuppression lasting from 3 to 72 hours, during which immune cell counts and functions decline in peripheral blood. Maybe that's why I got ill, because I did do 1,251 push-ups in 4 hours and 33 minutes, which was a lot. So maybe that's why I got ill. Also, I have been back to the gym. I mean, it took a few days off of the gym, obviously, but I went back and did a couple of days of light exercise, and the past couple of days I've done a bit heavier as normal. But yeah, I think the cold is basically because of all the push-ups that I did. If there is any flat earthers on TikTok that want to come and talk to me, remember, flat earth is dumb. Prove me wrong.
it's a gradual thing. I think we're in kind of like a gradual. We're in a time right now where it's becoming something, obviously. You know, and other people are waking up, because I'm bumping into a lot of flat earthers, you know, that I never thought would even consider looking at some of this stuff, you know, because it's beyond their intelligence, right? That's how we felt. That's how I felt.
Yeah, everything's beyond your intelligence, CC. I am genuinely surprised you're allowed to drive for a living. Like, I'm not even sure you have a driver's license. You're probably a sovereign or something as well. I'm traveling, not driving. Bollocks does that guy do 1,500 push-ups in a single hour. Ashton Richards just sent me a thing about an MMA guy that says he does 1,500 push-ups in a single hour every week. No. No, you fucking don't. Don't lie to me.
Beyond my intelligence. Little did I know. Little did I know. It fucking is unbelievable. Because you could just be going down every rabbit hole that there is, and you still wouldn't find all of them.
Well, that's what I mean. To be a flat earther, everything's a lie, right? So every conspiracy is true, except they're not a lie, of course, because, you know, anything that backs up your batshit crazy assumptions is not a lie. But everything else is a lie, of course. Antarctica, that's a lie. The sun being in space, that's a lie. Anything that NASA does, that's a lie. Yeah, Rubik's points out 1,500 push-ups in an hour. That's 1 every 2 seconds with no breaks. Bollocks. Literally impossible. You can't even do proper form push-ups in 2 seconds. We are 5 super chats away from a very, very, very juicy update on the Karens. If you would like to hear the story of my life dealing with some relatively annoying Karens that aren't really that much of a problem, not like the junky neighbor that I had previously that I had to do what Hulk did to Loki. This is like, this is funny compared to that. But if you'd like to hear the very juicy update, 5 more super chats, guys, and we'll take a break and talk about the Karens.
Man, what is the final rabbit hole? That's what I would like to know. I thought it was flat Earth, but obviously it's not. It's not. It's something else. It's much bigger, probably. I don't know. It is amazing, though. I'm just kind of rambling on here. It's just...
Yeah, you generally do, CC.
I don't know. I'll be doing more videos at this point.
He says he'll be doing more videos, guys, but he did 2 in one day, and he hasn't done any for 13 days. See? On TikTok, you can see 13 days ago was the last one. So, no, he's not doing more videos. Maybe he didn't like the fact that I phoned him and is afraid to do them now because he thinks I'll phone him again. But remember, guys, if you want to speak to CC, you can do it yourself. Because, well, that's his phone number right there. (914-841-5216). If anyone wants to give him a call and let me know how it went, that could be quite funny. If you do phone him, record it, and I'll post it on my channel.
I don't like to be absent, you know what I mean? I like to be updated. Or updating everybody, of course, about the information that I'm finding, because I'm just finding new things every day now. You know, even it's just little things.
Have you found the container, Chris? That's what I'd love to know. Did you find where the container is? I asked you where it is last time, and you didn't answer me. If you can update us on where the container is, Chris, then I'd fucking love that. Thunder Bandit for £2 says, I want to hear about the Karens, so...
Butt plug.
Yeah, you do remember, guys, that when you send me a super chat, I have to legally read out whatever you put in it, right? Whatever you put in it, I have to say those words out loud. So, you know, don't waste your super chat. Make me say anything you want, like...
Butt plug.
Yeah, Coda Guts, I doubt the one. I would have to see video proof of 1,500 push-ups in an hour. That's one every around 2.5 seconds. Non-stop, without a break. Bollocks. I am calling bollocks. I do like 200 to 300 a day. You know, and I consider myself pretty good at push-ups at this point. 1,500 in an hour is not really possible. I technically did like one every about 18 seconds during my stream. Four super chats and we get to hear all about the Karens. Unless you get a Flerf in, of course, and I'll take a break and talk to them instead.
Little things just keep you going. You know, wait a minute. Oh, like the Mandela effect. You know, I mean, there's things I just don't remember when I was younger that you didn't pay attention, so you can't really judge them. You know, you go into history, you know, things that we learned were built at certain times, you know, and you just shrug it off. I can't believe I used to do that, you know, in school. You know, and oh, this was built in 1820. This was...
CC, you never went to school. Well, if you did, you were the kid at the back of the class eating the glue stick rather than listening to the teacher, of course. Chris, if you did go to school, when you went to school, were you at, like, did you go to school on a bus? A very short bus? And was there, like, a habit of licking the windows, maybe? Charles M.A., who's been a member for 21 months, keep going, dude, because that's nearly twice around the sun, says, too bad milestones don't count.
Butt plug.
Was built in 1790. What the fuck are you talking about? That building looks absolutely beautiful. It blows anything that we build right now. These fucking little shoeboxes that we live in. How could have they fucking built that back in the 1700s when they didn't have anything?
It took a long time. A building now can go up in a matter of weeks, days even, right? You see a housing estate develop and it's like, where'd that fucking come from? In the 1700s, it would take months, years, even longer to build, decades to build like buildings like that. Like, Like, talk about the Romans, for instance. You know, the Roman architecture lasted all this time, but Romans, a brick nowadays is made really quickly, right? It's, you know, cement or whatever, and then it's heated really quickly, and then that's kind of it. Really quickly make a brick, right? Which is why it's all cracks in the middle and don't last very long. But a Roman brick, right? They would heat it for a long time. It would take a long time to make a Roman brick. Plus, they would mix in volcanic ash, which had silica in, which as the brick formed, the silica would kind of melt and expand and fill in all the holes, which would make it like a solid chunk of stone rather than a porous brick. But it took a lot longer to make a Roman brick than it did a typical red brick you find in houses nowadays, right? They're mass produced really quickly, which is why they last like 30 years and start cracking. But Roman bricks last for centuries, millennia even, because they took time, and, you know, there was methods that were not as mass producible and as quick as nowadays. The Mojek 199 says 1,500 an hour would build up a lot of lactic acid. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to see video proof of the claim of 1,500 push-ups in an hour. I just don't believe it.
You, the teacher, have told us we were sitting in a fucking little log cabin with a fucking candlelight and a fire that kept you warm. How can you tell me that that was built in the 1700s? I can't believe I didn't say that in school, but I wasn't thinking. You just shrugged this shit off. You know, okay, yeah, all right.
Because you got stupider?
Professor, was it 1700? 1729. Okay, thank you. I believe that. I buy that.
I would pay good money to see Chris's school record. F minus? Didn't know that was possible. See me after... No, actually, don't see me after class. Never come back to school, please. When they say no kid left behind, apart from Chris, guys, okay? Rubik's for $2 says, did CC ride the short bus or take the crazy train? Probably both, to be honest. And you just wasted your super chat. I could have said whatever you wanted, like I free Rubik's or something, but no. Thunder Bandit for £2 says, I did 1,500 push-ups once. It's taken nearly 42 years. Let's see, like 2,000 by 2 by 20,000. I do probably about 35 to 40,000 push-ups a year, I guess. Right, we are one super chat away from taking a wee break to talk about the Karens.
Oh, man. All right. I thank you for viewing. I thank you for viewing my channel and being a part of... let me be a part of your life.
Chris, I genuinely love being a part of your life. Right, we've met the super chat goal. F Grudge says for €2, only CC left behind. Yeah, he was. Rubik's for $2 says, I free Rubik's. Oh, my fingers were crossed. Oh no, look at that. Oh dear. Right, Karen update time. Start with a disclaimer, Craig. It's important. Not that I tell any of you where I live, but do not contact or harass my neighbours. Not that you know who they are. If I say the neighbours next door, that means nothing to you because you don't know where my door is. Do not, on my behalf, try to find out who my neighbours are. Do not, on my behalf, try to contact them or harass them in any way, shape or form. This is a humorous tale about the events in my life, which I am legally entitled and frankly want to tell. So that's, my legal disclaimer there. So I'm going to start with the script, the where is it? The definitions of a couple of things. Definition of a Karen from the dictionary. Karen is a slang term used to disparage a stereotypically middle-class, middle-aged white woman who rebukes or often reports others in angry, sometimes racist public displays. Not that my neighbours have ever been racist, of course. More generally, it is an insult for anyone, though still typically a woman, who shows entitled behaviour, especially in the form of outspoken complaints or intrusive criticism. Just bear that description in mind. I'm also going to give you the definition of slander. The action or crime of making a false spoken statement, damaging to a person's reputation. Okay? So there is the definition of a Karen and the definition of slander. Now, why did I say that? Well, so if you don't know, brief update. I moved to the place I live now in February after my previous home had its roof removed by Storm Eowyn last February. This is council housing. And I was put here, what was supposed to be temporarily, but don't want to go back to the previous place because of it's a wretched hive of scum and villainy, right? So I'm now living here in Kirkcaldy, which is lovely. I absolutely love it here. And, you know, the neighbours are all amazing. Everyone around here is fantastic and friendly. The gym's incredible. I'm right next to the beach and the park, and my kids love it, and my dogs love it, and my cats love it. You know, I absolutely love it here. And everything's fine. And I was friendly with everyone. And when I moved in, I did say to all the neighbours around me, look, I'm a YouTuber. I stream, sometimes late at night. And if you, for any reason, ever hear me, right, then let me know. Come and speak to me. Tell me you're a bit loud. Could you please try and keep it down? And I will do everything in my power to try and reduce the noise that I make. I've already soundproofed my room. We've tested with decibel monitor how loud I am, and I could scream in this room and it's like 43 decibels next door, right, in my house. The neighbours next door have for some reason taken a dislike to me and my wife and my kids, even though everyone else fucking, you know, I get on really well with around here. And as well as reporting a bunch of unnecessary remedial issues like a drip from an overflow, 23 phone calls about it, etc. They were I just kind of ignored them. Until one day I got a knock on the door from the housing officer. Yeah, we've had a bunch of noise complaints about you. They apparently they can hear your dogs running around inside the house, and they can hear you streaming at night, and you charge your car outside your house, blah 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 blah. So turns out next door are Karens. Remember the definition of Karen I gave earlier? So, you know, and it's opinion that they're Karens. Reported a bunch of stuff to the housing officer. So we were just like, yeah, whatever. You know, we're trying to keep it down, but, you know, we're just normal living noise. You know, whatever. And we just kind of moved on with our lives. We noticed that we were getting shitty looks from them, staring at us constantly through windows, etc. Excuse me. Westside Girl Reacts says they've been a member for 15 months, by the way. I can send you Malort and you can use it as a peace offering with them. Yes. Although remember, it's not safe to ship in large quantities. So, yeah, you know, they're literally kind of watching us, complaining about our dogs shitting all over the garden. Of course our dogs shit in the garden, but we pick it up because we're not Nathan Thompson. Right? And turns out that they really don't like us for some reason. Oh, I mentioned Malort, and this isn't alcohol. This is diluting juice. I mentioned Malort, and TikTok went, you said alcohol! Fuck's sake. So, one day when coming back from the gym in the morning, the elder of the two Karens came out of their house and started screaming at me and my wife in the street about flipping them off, which didn't happen. We literally no idea what they're talking about. We've racked our brains, right? My wife racked her brains, and the only thing that we come to the conclusion of is Emma is currently growing out her hair. So she's doing this a lot, right? Tucking her hair behind her ear. So maybe, you know, doing this or whatever. She thought she was being flipped off, but she wasn't. But she screamed at us in the street and specifically said, I'm going to do everything in my power to have you thrown out of there. All right, Karen, whatever, wind your neck in. And then 20 minutes later, Junior Karen came and banging on our door. How dare you? You've made a big mistake. Threat. Shout. I've kind of shown a bit of the video before. And trust me, it will be on Public Freakouts Unleashed at some point. But we were like, yeah, whatever. Just fucking leave us alone. And then a few days later, we got an official noise complaint from the Safer Communities team. But we have also raised the complaint with the Safer Communities team for them harassing us, right? Now, the Safer Communities team said that they were going to put monitoring equipment in the Karen's house to check for any noise that we were making. And you know what the Karens did? They refused the monitoring equipment. Why did they do that? Because they knew it would pick fuckle up. Because Emma and I are smart and decided to monitor ourselves and record ourselves. We bought a decibel monitor. We recorded our activities. Emma was, for weeks, recording whilst I was streaming and she's in the room next door. And I'm talking, even loudly arguing with flat earthers, right? She would record and record the decibel monitor and show that you can't hear it. The dogs bark. Of course they do. The dogs are dogs. Dogs bark. But it's not like they're doing it all the time. If like someone comes to the door or a car goes past or parks outside, like her go off for like 20 seconds. Oi, shush boy, shush, be quiet. And it's done. That's dogs. They do that, right? But that was a complaint as well. And they called my dogs mutts, even though we've got a purebred border collie and Hungarian Vizsla. So they refused the monitor equipment. So basically their noise complaint was just, bounced back to the housing officer. And our complaint for them being them harassing us, apparently we asked the Safer Communities team just to tell them to leave us alone, right? Housing officer came round to discuss it, said, you're not doing anything wrong. Your lease is coming, by the way, you can sign it in a week or whatever. And all was good. We were just like, yeah, brilliant, we won, right? So I posted on Facebook a meme. Right? Oh, thank you, Griff, for becoming a member. Welcome to Scrappers. I do appreciate it. Plastic Citizens member for 32 months says, correction. Malort is not safe at all. No, of course not. It's not safe to ingest. Hackrun for 2 Australian dollars says, I'm Craig. I use wombat spit to lube my butt plug. Yeah, I had to say that out loud. Fuck's sake. So, yeah. We thought that was the end of it. We thought that Safer Communities team would tell them just to leave us alone. We just want to get on with our lives. We don't want mediation. We just want to pretend they do not exist and get on with our lives in peace. Be able to live my life without fear of making a noise. We're a household with 4 pets and 2 kids and me. Noise is a thing. Even at night, it's 20 past 1 in the morning, right? But I'm not being loud. I'm normal talking, right? This is not antisocial in any way. So after it all happened, I posted a meme on Facebook, right? And I said, I quote, the Karens next door have been defeated. And I posted the SpongeBob victory screech meme, right? I did it whilst I was at the gym in between sets. I was like, that's funny. For my followers, right? I've got a couple of thousand followers on Facebook, etc. So I thought it'd be funny, humorous, a little cheeky, right? 55 minutes later, I get a phone call from the housing officer, angry that I'd posted that because the Karens, had phoned the housing officer to complain about my Facebook post, specifically saying that it put them in danger of harassment and they were going to go to the police for slander. Because I said the Karens next door have been defeated and posted a meme. Right? That's, about as harmless as it gets. Now, none of you know where I live. I don't give out my address willy-nilly. You don't know my house. You don't know my neighbours. If you search Craig McNeil Kirkcaldy, you don't find my address, right? More importantly, they are not on my friends list on Facebook. So, to find that post, they would have had to actively, manually searched for me, to see the post, to then be annoyed enough to complain about it. Now, the irony, of course, is that it's a meme about defeating the Karens. And how do they react? By uber Karening. By literally going, I'm going to speak to your manager, housing officer, right? That's like the most Karen response to being called a Karen that there is. And the fact that they called it slander is funny in many ways. Number one, slander is spoken, not written, right? I can't slander somebody by writing something. What they meant was defamation. Dumbasses. They got the word wrong, which is funny. But also, defamation has to be specifically untrue. It's not. I read the description of Karens, the definition. They match that. Also, it's just my opinion that they're Karens. I'm not stating it as fact. There's no factual thing to say they're Karens. That's just my opinion, right? And it has to be damaging to their reputation. What fucking reputation? They don't have a reputation that I could damage. We're not in the same circles. Right? So, I got a phone call from the housing officer, angry that they had seen my post and complained. Right? Now, I can see it from the housing officer's point of view. They don't want to fucking get phone calls about me constantly. Right? But the Safer Communities team had specifically told them to leave us alone. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Is stalking somebody's personal Facebook when you're not even on their friends list, spying on them because they still keep looking at me and shit out the windows, right? Is that leaving us alone, or is that doing the actual opposite? For me, it's adjacent to online stalking. Right? Again, to find that post on Facebook, a harmless meme with a bit of humour, they would have had to search my name, clicked on my profile, looked at the post, to then be offended enough to phone the housing officer and threaten to phone the police for slander. You're right, Rebukes. They literally Karened about being called a Karen. There's nothing more Karen than phoning the housing officer to complain you've been called a Karen. You know how to not be called a Karen, right? It's very, very simple. Don't act like a fucking Karen, Karen. I'm going to say this here and now. My next door neighbours are Karens. And we defeated them. But none of you know who they are or where I live. There is the majority of the people on my Facebook are either from America or Australia, Germany. You know, nobody around here is on my Facebook. I don't have any like people in the area I live on my Facebook. You know, so no one could have fucking seen it and been like, oh, well, that's Craig. He lives there. I mean, go and harass. You know, there's no danger to them because I said my next door neighbor Karens have been defeated. There's no danger to them. There's no harassment of them. Is it cheeky? Yeah, of course it's a little bit fucking cheeky, but I'm FTFE. It's kind of what I do. Talking about my life online is part of what I do, and I'm going to continue to do it. So what we are doing now is... Oh, Clive Wells, sorry, I've legally set some boundaries here that no one is to do anything, right? But I am not going to stop doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to stop being me, right? And if they want to obsessively stalk me online, then they're probably going to see things that they don't like. But that's their problem. That is the opposite of leaving me alone. Cyber stalking me, searching my name to see if I've said anything they don't like is the opposite of what they have been told to do. So now we're just going to tell the Safer Communities team again that they haven't left me alone. They didn't do that, right? That they are doing the opposite. They are literally obsessively monitoring me. And this goes with what they said before of they're going to do everything in my power to get me removed. Well, isn't obsessively stalking and monitoring me and then reporting it to the housing officer just, showing that you have that intent? You know what you could have done is, number one, not search for my name. And number two, ignored the fucking post. Block my profile so you don't ever see anything I say. Now, if I had given their address, if I'd shown a picture of them, if I had named them, if I had identified them, I can understand it may be a problem. But I didn't. Nothing was identifiable. Nothing was, aimed at anyone in particular, right? And nothing was threatening. It was a cheeky little meme. A SpongeBob gif. And they Karened it. And I imagine that they're going to report this stream as well. Now, to find out what I've said, they're going to have to watch 90 minutes into the stream. So, in advance, thank you, Karen, for the ad revenue. I do appreciate it. But I do not accept that I'm not allowed to talk about my life online. I'm never going to identify who they are, tell people where they live, say their names, or anything like that, right? But I am going to report the activities in my life. I am going to tell people what happens in my life. Because it's part of me, part of my brand, part of what I do online. And if they don't want to hear that, if they don't want to hear being called a Karen maybe, then don't look at me online. Don't talk to me. Don't interact with me. If they don't like it, then stop stalking me online. So, yeah, there's that. Oh, you don't need a TV license to watch live YouTube, I don't think. Yeah, Rutsky says Karenception, absolutely. So yeah, there is the update on the Karen situation. It's quite funny, right? And to be clear, I don't hold any grudge against them. I'm not going to threaten them or intimidate them. And once again, I implore my audience to do nothing. Do not try and search for them. Do not try and find them or harass them. Do not do it. That is my direct instruction to you. All right? Just listen to the story and find it funny. Greg says, did you not show a video of one of them? Well, yeah, I showed a little video of one of them at my front door screaming at me, which, if you come to my front door and scream at me, then any reasonable expectation of privacy goes out the fucking window. I didn't say their name because, frankly, I don't even know what their names are. I call them Junior Karen and Senior Karen. I don't know what their names are. I have literally no idea what their fucking name is. I can't even identify them. All right, but showing a brief clip of a video of someone at my front door, there's no privacy problems there. It's just showing people what happened at my front door. And to be clear, if you come to my front door and scream at me, there is no reasonable expectation of privacy in any way, shape, or form. Maybe if I'd recorded in the street or something, that's different. But at my front door, from inside my house, yeah, I can do what I want. Maybe don't come to my door and scream and shout and threaten me. Just saying. So, yeah, there is the update on the Karen situation. I hope you enjoyed that. Now we are going to go back and cover the other CC video, which is a little shorter, and then we'll finish for tonight because I am still pretty poorly from this stupid cold. In fact, just give me a second as I blow my nose. I will mute myself first, of course. Mic check, yeah. In fact, here's a little intermission.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
wherever you may be. It's a CC here, Chris from New York, Westchester County. They told us lies in school, they sold us space on TV. NASA CGI, they're hiding history. Mountains miles away, no curve for you to see. Water seeks its level, that's reality. It's bullshit, that spinning wet ball in the sky. It's bullshit, that gravity they try to justify. Flat and stationary, the system's built on lies. Break away and recognize the truth before your eyes. Ancient trees as mountains, devil's towers roots. The city ran on water, electricity that shoots. The sun's not 93 million, the moon's not what they claim. It's all projection magic, but they keep on playing games. It's bullshit, that rocket ride to the moon. It's bullshit, Mars ain't coming anytime soon. Flat and stationary, open up your eyes. They can't hide the truth that's written in the skies. History erased, pyramids so clean, laser cut stonework, not what it seems. Politicians lying, media's a show, crisis actors crying, but we already know it's bullshit, that spinning wet ball in the sky. It's bullshit, that gravity they try to justify. Flat and stationary, no spin, no curve, no globe. It's bullshit, plain and simple. That's the truth we know. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos. And let me be a part of your life.
Thank you, CC, for that wonderful intermission. Okay, guys. So there we have the update on the Karen situation. Again, I identified nobody. And as a legal disclaimer, I encourage everyone to not try and search for my neighbours. Not that you know their names, because I don't even know their names. Oh, is that a flat earther that wants to join? Finding Truth. Let's have a look what they want. I may have to alter my audio.
Hello.
Hello, 1 second. Okay, give me a mic check. Give me a mic check.
What have you just said?
I said give me a mic check, as in say something.
I thought you said my name.
Finding Truth.
My name's Jack.
I didn't say that, no.
Right, so no, I do believe the Earth's a globe, but can I just say that video you've just had up was amazing.
Oh, of CC.
Yeah, so the Flat Earth song.
Yeah. Conspiracy Music
so
Studios. Everyone should go and check out Conspiracy Music Studios.
Yeah, so I've just screen recorded the last like 20 seconds of it, and I'm gonna put it up on my story on me page. It was hysterical. I've never seen that before, to be honest.
Yeah, make sure to link Conspiracy Music Studios YouTube channel. They'd appreciate that.
Yeah, so.
How you doing?
But that was boss.
Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I'm going to get on covering CC now, so thanks for joining, bud. Right, let me switch this back over. Yeah, Finding Truth is not a Flerf, they are a Glober. So, yeah, there's that. Okay. Apparently, Caleb is live on TikTok, but I can't join his TikTok whilst I'm also live on TikTok. So, he knows that I'm live on TikTok, so decided to go live instead of join my live. Typical Caleb. But once again, legal disclaimer, do not, under any circumstances, try to search for my neighbours. Not that I know their names or have told you their names or where I live or anything that is identifiable in any way, shape or form. This is just a bit of humorous fun and tales about my own life, which I am perfectly legally entitled to talk about whenever I feel like it.
I'll need some investors. Same day. Okay, I have an announcement to make.
Damn it, where's your intro? You know what? I'm not having that, Chris.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County.
Yep, sorry, we needed that. I couldn't have a video start without him saying that.
Same day. Okay, I have an announcement to make. I'm thinking about opening up a chain of restaurants. I'll need some investors.
Good Lord, no. I don't want a flat earther making my food, right? People are like, flat earthers should just, bag the fries, but no. If flat earthers don't go and work at McDonald's, because I don't want you cooking my food when I go, not that I have McDonald's often, but I don't want you cooking my food. Don't go and work in the food industry at all. It would be, everyone would die of food poisoning within like 3 days, right? Oh, that mayonnaise doesn't need to be in the fridge. Yeah, it fucking does. Oh, that fish smells fishy. Oh, it's going to be fine. Chicken can be medium rare, right? No. Dude, don't open a restaurant. You would cause a health outbreak. A bad one. Docs, wait, hold on. The Mojek 199 says written slander is libel. Butt plugs? Yeah, written is either defamation. Libel is, I think, slander or defamation, right? That's libel. But I think slander has to be spoken. Defamation can be written. I'm not a legal expert, but I'm pretty sure that's the definitions. Inov for 279 says their names Lursa and Baythor. Docs and Greenlight for $2 says, do you know Mike Oxmal? No, I do not. Apparently libel is published, slander is hearsay. Right, so it's not slander under any, because it wasn't hearsay. I did publish it, but again, slander has to be like spoken. I checked the definitions between the two. Defamation could be written, but slander has to be said and published, right? Yeah, and obviously the ultimate defense against slander or defamation is truth. And, I read the definition of a Karen and they fit it. Plus, being called a Karen is just an opinion and not something that is legally, actionable.
The name I've come up with is Chris Burgers. And it's going to probably open up around the time that we're launching off to Mars. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you why. Now, the price of burgers and bacon cheese and a bacon, egg, and cheese can be whatever you want because NASA will pay for this. Okay, so let me get into it. in terms of the technicalities and stuff like that. Mars is 140 miles away from Earth. What is this jackass doing over here? I mean, pickup truck drivers. You gotta love them, right? We got a bunch.
Yeah, it's probably just like going around a corner or something, Chris. And talking about Mars, I don't know if living on Mars is actually ever really going to be possible. It's not. It's like completely inhospitable, not suitable for human life. No radiation from a magnetic field, no radiation cover from magnetic field. No air to breathe. It would be. You couldn't make it self-sustaining. I don't think it would need too much energy. It would be, if you were to live on Mars, it would be a horrible life, right? But let's say it did happen in 500 years' time. When you're living there in the domes, there would be people that were like, don't be stupid, we didn't come here in a spaceship from Earth. Mars is flat. Because humans are dumb.
Well, where are you going with the pickup here in Westchester County? You going to the supermarket, you idiot! You're not digging anywhere. So Mars is about 140 million miles away. Our tanks can only hold about 1 million gallons of gasoline. Okay, so you would need 200.
Does CC think rockets use gasoline? Like, the stuff that you get out of a pump and put in your car. There's dumb, and then there's that. No. You can't just fucking refill your NASA spaceship at your local gas station, CC. You don't use gas. Oh, Jesus fucking wept.
80 of these tanks, shall we call them, whatever that blimp is that's in the middle of the space shuttle or whatever the fuck you want to call it nowadays. And you're gonna need about 280 of those things. Of course, they'll be strategically placed about a million miles apart from each other. Okay, it sounds like a lot, but when you're in space, 1 million miles, nothing, man. Nothing. Fuck, million. How many miles you want? I live about 60 million miles. That's it. It's nothing. I'll be there in 60 seconds. Come on. You're in space. You're free floating. You can steer in space, too. It's really easy. That's right. Our rockets are equipped with a steering wheel.
Yeah, it's not like you just turn and the wheels make. There's like boosters and jets and stuff that use Newton's laws to push you and align you, and retro boosters and. CC, you're trying to debunk space travel, but you're acting like it's a car in space. This isn't Spaceballs. Dude, it's not an RV floating through the void. My fucking lord. I see people talking about TV licenses in the chat, and I disagree with TV licenses. It's fucking stupid, right? I'd rather have adverts on BBC, right? But here's the really dumb thing about TV licenses is, TV licenses for the British Broadcasting Corporation, right? But you also have to have a TV license to watch other channels, like cable and ITV and Channel 4 and Channel 5, or any live broadcast, like rugby or football or anything, right? Even if it's not BBC, which I think is fucking criminal. Like, I have a TV license now. I've had one for a few months, only because there's some shows that I wanted to watch on BBC iPlayer. And basically, to get BBC iPlayer, you ad free and shit, you have to buy a TV license. Technically, but I would rather they just call it a streaming service, right? Just rather than if you want to watch that stuff, just it's the streaming service. I don't think you should have to have a license to watch live TV. I would much rather the BBC fund themselves with adverts. I don't care. You know what? You go put the fucking kettle on. Well, 2 minutes of adverts are playing. Who gives a shit? TV licenses are ridiculous. Plus, Anyone ever comes around to your house and says, show me your TV license, you just shut the door and laugh at them. Yes, RageBot is awesome. Beep boop indeed. Right, guys, we've got about 4 minutes of this video left, and then we're going to be finishing for today. If you want to support the channel, the best way you can do it right now is by sharing the stream, sharing the live on TikTok, or helping with a super chat or a membership or a PayPal donation directly to me. If you do not want to give YouTube or TikTok your money, you can literally donate directly to me and bypass giving Google your money by sending me a tiny donation to paypal.me/FTFE, and I thoroughly appreciate it. It would mean the absolute world. So, yeah, if you want to help out the channel, that's probably the best way to do it.
That's right. It's nice. Or you want a joystick. Whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You're not going anywhere. Okay. So, Chris Burgers are going to be at about 280 of them in space. There'll be small, shops, of course. Small little restaurants. Not even a restaurant. Actually, it could be like a hot dog stand or something like that. So I only need like one person to work the thing. Because they...
Well, it certainly couldn't be flat earthers because, only smart people get to go to space. And, well, your face there says it all, Chris. That's the face you make when having to add 1 and 1, basically. Dr. Apocalypse says he blew all his money on one of my streams last week. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. But you do remember, guys, that I legally have to say whatever you put in a super chat, right? Just saying.
Astronauts are just going to come in and refuel. It takes about, what, 3 hours to refuel a million gallons of gasoline, I would say, of jet fuel or whatever it is they're using. Sure, it can take at least 3 hours. That's perfect amount of time to have yourself a nice crisp burger, okay, with fries and a soft drink. Now, the price of that is in question, but I'm thinking somewhere in the realms of $1 million or $1.5 million, 1.7 with...
So, an average grocery trip to an American, grocery store right now? Is that what you're saying? Oh, no, political. Shh, don't do that, Craig.
Tip. Okay, be generous, guys. Come on, NASA, be generous. You're generous to all of us by giving us fine photos of everything. Why not? Be generous. So much fun. So I'll have 280 of these. It'll be a chain restaurant. And I think we'll have a lot of fun, guys. So we can't launch off that many things. So what they'll have to do is they're already going to go to Mars. They'll set up the studio over there so they can get the rocket coming down and the astronauts bouncing out of the ship. Since they did that on the moon landing. You remember that, right? Yeah, that's right. They had a camera on there prior to when the astronauts got... So Buzz Aldrin wasn't the...
No, they didn't, you dumbass. The camera was on the lander. Literally at the side. There was no camera on the moon before the lander got there. The camera was on the lander, which then watched Buzz Aldrin get out of the lander. I mean, if you're going to try and debunk something, at least get something right, Chris. You spend so long on your hair each day that if you just spent a tiny bit of that time researching the shit you say, you might not be as fucking stupid. I hope he releases a new video soon because I want to phone him again.
First person on the moon. It was the camera crew. They were the first people on the moon. You've heard this a million times. Not by me, by others. Okay, so they'll set up the camera crew. They'll get that all going, a nice Hollywood set going for you. And I'll be feeding them crisp burgers the whole time, and you can, depending on what time it is, I don't know what time zone they are out there. Oh, Einstein says that it's different time and space. So I don't know.
No, Einstein doesn't say it's different time in space, but time is relative to speed and mass, for instance. So Mars doesn't have as much mass as Earth, so time would pass at a slightly different rate, but I mean, it would be minuscule, basically. The faster you go, so if you're on a spaceship moving away from Earth and you travel at relativistic speeds, time for you will pass slower if observed from the person on Earth, right? So you could technically travel to another galaxy and back because the distance technically shrinks when you're traveling at that speed as well. So you could travel to another galaxy and then come back, but when you got back, millions, possibly billions of years would have passed. But for you, it wouldn't have been that long, because relativity, space contracts and time changes. I'm going off on the weeds here, but Chris, you're dumb is basically what I'm saying.
3 o'clock here might be, 6 in the morning in Mars. I don't know. I'm not really sure. How long does it take for light to travel 250 million miles? I don't know. It's 186,000 miles per second. I do the math.
Holy shit! Chris just got something right. He knows the speed of light. That's insane. This is a monumental moment, guys. I just want you to take a moment and soak it in. Chris just got something correct. Good fucking job, dude.
Whatever it is. And also they're going to time travel too. So they'll be like younger when they come back, and you'll be older because you're aging here. Okay, and they're not aging out in space. Yes, that's why if you go to Alpha Centauri, everybody would be dead here when you got back. That's right. That's Einstein's equations for you. He figured it all out for you. Yeah. That's right.
All of this is proven by GPS. Satellites travel 17,000 miles an hour around the Earth, right? So GPS satellites are traveling really, really fast compared to us. Relative to us, their speed is a lot faster. So time travels differently for them. So there actually has to be relativistic transformations with GPS signals, otherwise they would be off. GPS proves Einstein correct. Dr. Apocalypse for £2 says, "Screw you guys, I'm going home." Eric Cartman.
Great, isn't it? So I think that's probably the only way they can get to Mars. All right, and of course on Mars I'll have the super restaurant. All right, these are just offsprings on the rockets, because they got to spend 3 hours, of course, to reload. But the mommy restaurant will be right there on Mars. It'll be a good restaurant too. That'll need at least a couple of hundred people working, because they're going to be there on Mars for a long time, right? They're not going to just walk around and bounce around. No, I think they're going to spend a couple of weeks there. Why not? They've got enough air. They've got...
I think that if you ever do go to Mars, you ain't coming back. Right? If you get to Mars, that's your home forever. Yeah, Clive Wells is right. This is known as the twin paradox. If you put one twin in the spacecraft traveling around Earth and the other twin stayed on Earth, then the twin that's traveling around Earth, when it came back, would be older. Younger? Older, yes. Nick N6241, who's been a member for 19 months, dude, 5 months away from Twice Around the Sun, says, "Why did the pirates go to Proxima Centauri? They wanted to spend 4 years at sea." You can leave now.
Fuel, they've got ice out there, they can melt it. And that's right, they're going to build a tent. Camera crew will build a tent for them. Oh, this could be great. It'll never happen. Ever, ever, ever.
Paul Schubert says that Musk says he thinks that he will go to Mars and stay there someday. Yeah, right. That would require his rockets to stop exploding first.
They will never go to the moon ever again. It's too bad. That was an historic point. The best fake video footage they have ever made, and they could never remake it. Oh, that's great, NASA. Come on, guys. You have no imagination anymore. Fuck. Don't be afraid because AI's out there. We'll just be checking every single picture that you be doing. And don't be afraid.
Wait, you're going to use AI to check NASA's pictures? AI is fucking useless. I am so not scared of the robot takeover because AI is fucking shite.
That.
In fact, I'm pretty sure AI is getting dumber. You know why? Because it trains itself on human fucking data. And humans are fucking stupid. Hey, Dies in Space, how you doing?
on, give us something to work with. Give us some more fake videotape footage of guys going around the moon, taking iPhone pictures of it, calling their relatives. Yeah, we have wireless, don't we? Don't we have it on the plane? You don't need cell phone antennas out in space, I don't think, right? Just point it at Earth. Stop!
Well, there we have it, guys. Chris had a meltdown. Thinks that rockets use gasoline, which is really fucking stupid. But I want to thank you all for watching my stream tonight. I am going to finish now because I still feel pretty ill, and talking is starting to hurt my throat. I'll be back tomorrow night for another stream. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but we'll figure something out. Also, tomorrow there will be rebukes live streaming the run that she's doing for charity, which is pinned in the top. So if you want to donate to the charity, please do that. And then, if you want to donate during the stream, then that would also be appreciated. Rubik's, let everyone know what time and stuff that is, and we'll get that organised. Dr. Apocalypse for £5 says, fuck you, Craig, for being so funny that it makes me spend money on you that I should be saving for my IT upgrades. I tip my hat to you. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I appreciate you all watching. I love every single one of you. Not you, Gary. Sit the fuck down. But before we go, I feel like we need to ask an important question. A really, really important question. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars?
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
Good morning, these words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible. Go on, Mr. Sensible. When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bull. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running head first full speed into a wall. You could always read a book, buy a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon up to the stratosphere on page 3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead, and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill. You're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter. You're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December, and you fell out of your family tree. You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up, and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a fruitcake.
You're Mr. Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need to ask Liberian Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mage 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lip. Recognise the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the well of the youth, spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe a musical assault knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realise you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of.
You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're all foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo, and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of the boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck, one fruit short of a full bowl.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now. Can we pretend that airplanes
Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You've got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind I rit up on your mum's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you call a water level. Sit and swivel, you nasal gazing muppet. You can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sauces unless you're serving them. And I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with the vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck.
Thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. I will see you tomorrow. Remember, if you want to donate extra to the charity run, Rebukes will give information about that. But if you stay in the chat right now, I will magically send you over to the Drunk Debunk show. So do not leave. Just stay here and I will send you over. Thank you all for watching. Remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth.